Imagine you wake up one morning, walk to your car, and something is gone. Not stolen, not broken, not repossessed by a person with a clipboard, just quietly removed in the night like a landlord who took the dishwasher and left a note saying it was for your own safety. That is not a hypothetical. That happened this week to over 100,000 people. And almost nobody is talking about the part that should actually terrify you. Here is what went down. Tesla has been cracking down on owners outside the United States who use third-party hardware to unlock full self-driving in countries where it hasn't received regulatory approval yet. The devices are small, about the size of a USB stick. They plug into the car system remotely, trick the vehicle into thinking it's sitting in California, and unlock FSD. Tesla's autonomous driving suite that costs anywhere from $6,000 to $15,000 depending on when you bought it. Hackers in Poland and Ukraine started distributing them. Word spread. In China alone, over 100,000 owners installed them. Europe, South Korea, Turkey, Japan, Australia, thousands more piled in. The devices cost between $700 and $2,000. For people who'd already paid for FSD and been told repeatedly that it was coming soon for years, it was a tempting shortcut. Then on April 8, 2026, Tesla quietly flipped a switch. Cars were remotely woken up without the owner's knowledge. Logs were scanned, and FSD was stripped entirely, reverting affected vehicles to basic autopilot. No warning, no refund. In some cases, permanent bans even for owners who had legally purchased FSD in the United States before moving their car abroad. Tesla sent an in-car notification. It read, "And I want you to appreciate the corporate serenity of this. Your vehicle has detected an unauthorized third-party device. As a precaution, some driver assistance functions have been disabled for safety reasons." As a precaution. Gorgeous. Now, before we go full pitchforks, Tesla's position is not entirely unreasonable. Unapproved autonomous driving software on public roads is a genuine liability. The regulatory process exists for real reasons, even if those reasons sometimes move at the speed of continental drift. And if a hacked FSD car puts someone in a ditch, the headline is not going to read "Unauthorized CAN bus dongle causes tragedy." It's going to say Tesla. And Tesla knows that. The timing is also instructive. FSD version 14.3, which Musk himself called the last big piece of the puzzle, is rolling out right now. Europe just received its first official regulatory approval through the Netherlands, and the door is finally opening legally. Tesla absolutely did not want 100,000 unauthorized activations muddying the data or the headlines at precisely that moment. Rational? Completely. But here's the thing, rational and right are not the same word. Because what Tesla demonstrated this week is something far more significant than a crackdown on hackers. They demonstrated that the car in your driveway, the one you spent 60, 70, 80,000 on, is not entirely yours. It is a device on their network, a node they can access whenever they decide the situation warrants it. And by the way, you cannot disconnect it. Tesla's eSIM is baked in. There is no airplane mode for your car, and this is not the first time they've used that access. In 2025, Tesla remotely drained Powerwall 2 home batteries rather than offer refunds following a product recall. Owners woke up to near-empty home batteries that had been quietly discharged overnight. The class action lawsuit described it as being accessed and discharged without consent. Tesla said it was a safety precaution. Are you noticing a pattern? In 2024, the leader of Chechnya, and yes, this is a real sentence in a real video, claimed his Cybertruck had been remotely disabled after Tesla discovered it had been fitted with a machine gun. Now, fitting a Cybertruck with a machine gun is, one could argue, a lifestyle choice. But even there, the story is the same. Tesla reached in, Tesla acted, the owner found out afterward. And then there's the camera situation. In 2023, Reuters reported that Tesla employees had been sharing footage captured by owners' car cameras internally between 2019 and 2022, including videos taken inside private garages, a man approaching his vehicle completely naked, children, people doing laundry. Tesla's privacy policy at the time stated that camera recordings were anonymous and not linked to you or your vehicle. Former employees told Reuters the software they used could actually pinpoint exactly where a Tesla owner lived. "Your privacy is and will always be enormously important to us," Tesla's notice said. The employees, meanwhile, were making memes. Now, let's talk about South Korea, because South Korea deserves its own paragraph. Owners there didn't just lose a feature. Their government, not Tesla, their government, classified using these CAN bus devices as criminal activity under the Automobile Management Act. Up to 2 years in prison. $13,000 in fines for a dongle to use software they had already paid for. That is not a technology story. That is a rights story dressed up in software. And Tesla is not even close to alone in this direction. BMW, and I love that BMW did this because it removed all ambiguity about where this industry is heading. BMW tried charging $18 a month for heated seats. Seats that were physically in the car, seats you had already paid for. The hardware existed. The warmth was in there. BMW had simply decided it would dribble it out to you on a subscription basis. The backlash was so severe, they eventually dropped it. But Mercedes stepped straight in with a $1,200 a year subscription to unlock extra horsepower. In a car that already had that horsepower, just software limited, Volkswagen tried a $22 a month power boost. Mazda put connected services behind a paywall. These companies are not doing this because they think you'll enjoy it. They're doing it because Stellantis has told shareholders it expects to earn 20 billion euros annually from monetizable connected cars by the end of the decade. Your car is not a car anymore. It is a revenue stream. You are not a customer. You are a subscriber. And the moment you forget that, the moment you plug in a little dongle and assume you own what you paid for, you will be reminded. Politely. As a precaution, here's where I actually land on all of this. Tesla was right to shut down unauthorized hacks on unapproved autonomous software. That is the straightforward part. The complicated part, the part nobody in this industry wants to have a genuine conversation about, is the infrastructure that made it possible. The same capability that let Tesla remotely revoke FSD from hackers is the same capability that let them drain your home battery at 3 a.m. It is the same capability that let employees watch you do your laundry. It is the same capability that, at any future moment, for any reason a car company decides is sufficient, could be used to reach into a product you own and change it. No court order, no notification in advance, no refund. You bought a car, but what you actually got was a license to use features for as long as the manufacturer decides you should have them, under terms they can revise whenever they like. That is not ownership. That is tenancy. The question every single person buying a new car in 2026 should be asking before they sign anything is this: what exactly is mine? Because if the honest answer is whatever they haven't switched off yet, then the car sitting in your driveway, it's not yours at all.